operations equipment. What's up, guys? This is John Willis, if you're not aware of that. I do a live almost every night at 9 o'clock. You can jump in, talk to the owner of this company, who has owned this company for 35 years, and we can discuss just about anything you want. We make all this gear. I know a lot of people get on these things from other social medias and find us and have no idea what we actually do. Looking at most of the content that goes up now, it's not even gear related, but we build all of this stuff. And having been in business and run this corporation for 35 years, I know a couple things about business and the economics and politics of the world that we're currently living in, having seen it how it used to be in the good old days, right? The good old days. So we can talk about whatever you guys want. Today we built these crossbody bags. They are Velcro lined inside. They have a flat pocket on the back where you can put your phone or whatever. They have a zippered small flat pocket on the front, and then they have a zippered main compartment also. We built these multicam black red thread day packs. They have red liners inside, as you see. And then looking at them while they're on, you don't see a lot of red, just a small splash, but there is red there. We also do have those in solid multicam black, as well as we have a few remaining in woodland. So that was today. We do have lever gun chest rigs, shotgun micro rigs, AK-M4 micro rigs. We have some stacked micro rigs in there, subgun micro rigs. If you're left hand, we have a lot of options for you. We've got a few mass casualty aid bags up there, lots of toiletry bags, lots of tool pods, lots of boot bags have been made. More mesh pockets. We made a bunch of mesh pockets today. If you have a visor in any of your vehicles, if you're into that kind of thing, we got visor covers. More mesh pockets right here. We made a lot of shit today. Most of it's already boxed. A ton of it is shipped. Did anybody get shipping information today? We started shipping a lot of Labor Day orders. They started going out the same day, but we shipped a lot of them today because the free bags got made in batches. You guys that ordered weird color stuff, man, your shit's gonna take forever. You guys asked for some super weird shit. So the way we do it, we take whatever people order the most of, batch those up, and that's what gets built first. So multicam black and then woodland. And then guys that didn't request it, we build extras out of those main batches for them also. So a lot of those orders shipped today. Here's spent mag pouches, modular in woodland. I don't know that we've ever done those. There's Raid toiletry bags. Out on the floor right now, we have black red handle clothes bags going. We have some 7.62 pull-out trays. I think these hold 7 rounds on each side. Maybe it's 11. Might be 11 rounds for 22 total. Tool bags. We have large tool bags going, I believe, in multicam black. We have a couple of gym bags going. And then we have Coyote AK-M4 micros, I think is what those are. Coyote large tool bag. We've got these very unique looking large tool bags. These we're going to call them primer, I think is what we're calling them. Hundreds of orders went out today, Amanda. Billy Magnum, what's up? Jimmy's Adventures, what's up? Got 2 boxes of badass shipped today, right on. President Merkin, what's up? I have not unblocked you, buddy. It actually, I have every intention of doing it, but something happens within the 2 minutes after I get off of here, and I don't remember to do it. It'll actually take me about an hour to do it. Got shipping today, Labor Day, right on. Homestead, what's up? Hiram, Mr. Greg, how are you? Hosfeld, what's up? Matthew Smith, Shivo. Jason Barr, what's up? Scale 8 to 11, how bad? Today was good. We got a lot of shit done today. A lot, because I'll be out of here most of the day tomorrow. So trying to get everything as far forward as we could. I got a dude that's got to take off a few hours early, That means Amanda will have to do that. So I tried to get her freed up as much as she could to be ahead tomorrow, because she'll probably have to hit the table at some point. So we cleared everything off the table that could be. It's clipped and cleaned. These are the few orders ready to ship that have not shipped yet. So she's got a good head start on tomorrow. We will record a lot of video tomorrow, pulling the thread. We'll record the custom video for Patreon, the private video there. Scott Taylor, what's up? You guys don't have bigger backpacks? No, we don't. So I think we have caught all of these. Kiri, glad to see you are not stuck in the oh, no shit. Did you go to Burning Man? If those are the two-sided 308 pullouts, 11%. Yep, Warlike, that's what they are, buddy. Is it too late to make a change to my custom day pack? Yes. You really want to fuck your order up? Fucking change an order that's in motion. I mean, like, if you really want to delay it, completely fuck it up, do that. What's your custom day pack order for, and what do you want to change it to, now that that's said? Charlotte, no, it's for real though. What is it, man? No, Birmingham this year. We are doing SRF now instead. Smart move. It'll be more profitable, right? Do they have orgy tents? Is there like an orgy tent at Burning Man? I heard that today, and I seem to recall the dude saying it hasn't ever been to Burning Man. But is that a thing? When is SRF? It's the 14th and 15th of October. However, the 2 days prior to that, the 12th and 13th, is a 2-day radio class, which will get you access to the property earlier, and you'll get to hang out with everybody that's here ahead of time when there's 100 people instead of 1,000 people. And then that following Monday and Tuesday, we're doing a chicken processing, a chicken full processing. You can dispatch the animal, you can clean the animal, you can even take the animal home with you. We're going to teach you how to turn a live animal into meat for poultry processing. That'll be with Joel Salatin. That's a really big name. If you're not sure who he is, you should go watch him on Joe Rogan. He's been on there a bunch. And then that same Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be a homestead patrolling class that Combat Arts Training is putting on, and that'll happen here also. Chris, good to see you today, man. Good to see you. Sorry I was in such a hurry. Joseph Fraser, what's up? Multicam black purple with pals on the front. Just wondering if purple interior. I don't have purple, buddy. I don't have purple. We use pack cloth inside there. Nearest I have is this stuff, and it's not awesome. Jose, what's up, man? Excited for SRF and help Dad teach. Right on. Where's it being held? Here at Special Operations Equipment. It's in Camden, Tennessee. Between Memphis and Nashville. 38320. Just look up Camden, Tennessee. I always put in MapQuest, like whenever I'm looking at something for sale, like Birmingham, Alabama, distance from Birmingham, Alabama to Camden, Tennessee, and then it just shits it out for me. Aurora Rings, what up, buddy? Jose, yes. If they try to stop you, downshift, plow through. Andy Frisella bought an MRAP. He's having a big, huge, like, snow plow put on the front of it just for that situation. Did the big SOE photo shoot today? Shot the new radio kit for Wrangler Star. That's fucking awesome, man, Jason. That's awesome. Can't wait to see some of that. Started following Homestead Medical on Instagram. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Amanda, thanks. We have been watching the chats with from the calm of our farm. Oh, that's nice. It's like 90 minutes from Clarksville, isn't it? Yeah, about that, Warlike. If even 90 minutes. I'd like to go to Clarksville, but when we go there, I'm always like, I wish there was more here. We like to go to Yellowtail. I like to go to Rural King. We hit up a couple of the antique places there. There's an antique place there This got a real good like little restaurant in there and a little coffee shop that's pretty good. Made a post yesterday showing off bifold wallet and Peach Day pouch. Chase, right on, man. Anytime you guys, if you tag me on your Instagram posts, we share some of that stuff, depending on what's going on. Tried to video something I was doing to show a friend, and wow, I have a whole new respect for what you do. Nah, man. Just clamp it to a table, man. I've got this clamp. I actually go through and like bolt on, I'll screw on another piece of wood just so that I can clamp it. I also carry around like a little step stool, and I clamp it to that a lot of times. Large tool bag is your new favorite thing. Right on, Jason. Do you have a day pack yet? Great live today. Jack and Nicole, good reminder. I had to put a new black Berkey filters, 2 years of constant use. I don't think they stop working. Like, I thought you just take them out and kind of take a scouring pad and clean off the outside of them.
Yeah, the last time ours were cleaned was when Josh was.
Yeah, ours have been cleaned in like February. Like the last time Josh cleaned them, so 100 years ago. Yeah, the carbon doesn't stop working. It just develops like a slime on the outside, if anything. Alan V, what's up? Chewy, what's up? Yeah, surprising how little since Campbell. It is weird, right? And the like, what I guess what you would call the mall is a shit hole. It's like we went in the Best Buy there, and the roof was leaking in several places inside. Used a swivel vise from Harbor Freight to hold my phone and selfie stick. Right on, right on. Look at a slide arm. Like if you're going to be, filming in the same location, I'll put a slide arm on one of these carts, clamped on, and it's like you loosen one point and it lets multiple points of the arm move, so you can fine tune what you're directing at. John, if necessary, the loudest one gets it first. That's right. That's right. That mall was dead when we moved in. Yeah. Everything's dead there. I'm not a big people person, but I think I'd like to check out SRF, put my knowledge to the test, and learn new things. Jimmy, you will learn new things. You will be, and things that you already know, you'll see that there's other ways. I'm sure you know that, man. And I'm sure you have something to add. I'm sure you have value to bring. When water takes longer to go through the filter, time to clean. Exactly. What up, John? Have you heard about the Satan II rocket supposedly deployed? Well, let's be clear for people who aren't aware. What does deployed mean? That means they staged them closer. Are you aware that a mouth person for Russia, media today, said that if the United States interacts or intervenes any aggression towards Russia, that Russia is not going to nuke Ukraine, they are going to nuke the United States. Wash the slime off every few months towards the end, but it was struggling. Right on, Easy K, right on. We also have the fluoride filters on there. Alan V, what's up? How are you? And Calvin, man, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And what you think isn't good, you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. There were people watching my old videos when they were complete shit that don't watch my new videos. And we put a lot of time and effort. And I mean, we actually, a lot of people are like, my team. Like when I say team, like we have a team of people. We have multiple people. And a lot of times multiple people work on one video. Biden just said he put a disaster manager in Hawaii right before the fire. Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? That is kind of weird. FEMA was there like a week early too. That's coming out. There was a lot of people there ahead of time. Why is that? Have you heard that all the insurance companies are canceling all the policies. Have you heard that Allstate pulled out 100% out of California? Have you heard that? Shit's getting spicy. FEMA's bad news. FEMA is always bad news. FEMA is never of your benefit. Never is FEMA going to benefit you. They're going to have supplies and aid, and you're going to have to go to a place and basically be a prisoner and literally sign over your rights. The FEMA guys come around and offer you a check, and it's like they will literally offer you $1,000 for your property, and then you don't own it anymore. You want to hear some FEMA fucking horror stories? Talk to Bear. Never talk to cops. Never. No. Fucking no. Anything can be made worse with the application of a little bit of fucking government or law enforcement. I'm not anti-cop, man. I'm really not. I have friends. I have good friends that are law enforcement. But the majority of law enforcement is just a fucking tax and harassment collector. That's literally a lot of them. And people are getting tired of it, man. I understand the job's dangerous because you motherfuckers make it dangerous. FBI arrested small business owner at his shop for entering January 6th. Yeah, fucking insane. Insane. Yet, meanwhile, we're letting violent fucking criminals out of prison. We're putting them on the street. Did you see that California, they're trying to just put forth a bill in California that it is illegal to try to intervene or stop fucking looters? Did you see that? Almost like they're trying to get people to leave California so they can fucking buy the property all up cheaper. Have you seen all the major corporations that have pulled out of California? Started with San Francisco, but then they just said, fuck it, we're out altogether. Like Hilton Properties pulled everything out of fucking San Francisco. The biggest mall said, you guys can have it. San Francisco, we default, all you. Yeah, cops should do. Cops protect and serve. You are not there to harass and disturb. If you're pulling people over on the road during business hours, especially those hours when people commute to and from business, you are the fucking problem. You are nothing more than a tax collector. New Latina rap song heard today. Pretty funny. Good turn of vote for Trump. Yeah, that's 6969. That's Karashi. Him and a couple, and Forgiato. I think Forgiato Blow is in that too. And you got a bunch of black dudes, bunch of fucking brothers saying they're voting for Trump. Lots of rappers. Yeah, policy, not law, policy. Chivo, what up? Clave, how are you? Did you see Biden call the Secretary of Transportation booty juice? He's probably seen his booty juice. Bob Lester, I hope that you are feeling better, man. It's illegal to stop shoplifters in Cali. Yeah, they're trying to put forth a bill that you will go to prison for doing so. I'm telling you, it's literally like they are trying to burn California down like they did Hawaii so they can buy it up cheaper. Think about it. Every time you have Occupy Wall Street or some nonsense, think about all the fucking businesses that were burnt down a couple years ago. Those people can't rebuild. The banks came up and bought all that property. Those people had been on lockdown for a year. All their shit was burned down. Then they had to apply for a permit to clean up the burned down mess. And the city said, you can't have a permit until you pay property tax, which is in default because you guys haven't worked for a year because we shut you down. Do you think it was on purpose? Do you think that was maybe by design? Held 4 parents at football practice comment on had 4 practice on your SOE Pride shirt tonight. Did they like it, Bob? I assume they like it. I don't think there's a bunch of other persuasion where your kids are going to school. I would assume not. We were told if we stop thieves, we are fired. Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy, right? When a felon smuggles orange drink mix from the kitchen to the cell block, is booty juice? Allstate, as of June 2, is not accepting new policies from homeowners or property in California. State Farm pulled out also prior to that. Yeah, I heard it on Valuetainment. Heard it on Valuetainment yesterday. Just realized all your work surfaces are white. I'm guessing that helps you see your work. It does. It just kind of happened that way. I would prefer these be white as well, but they're not. These are birch double-sided plywood. So when the top surface gets really messed up, we can unbolt them and flip them and have a brand new surface. Never let a tragedy go to waste. Exactly. Jimmy Adventures, man. Thanks for becoming a member. I think you will find value in that, man. There are 92 people on here, and only 49 of you lazy motherfuckers have hit the thumbs up. So go ahead and take your little booger hook right there and hit that thumbs up. And of you guys who are on here, I don't see a way where it shows how many members are on here. If anybody on here is a member, would you say that you get your value for being a member? Is it worth being a member? Do we have any purple dump bags? No, we've never made them. All red table makes them beauties pop. Not stopping thieves from stores is about liability insurance for employment and surprisingly the thief. See, therein lies the problem. If you are committing a crime and you are injured in the commission of a crime, why in the world can you sue somebody? If you break into a man's house and his dog bites that person, or you break in and twist your ankle, or you break in and you get killed in the commission of your crime, your family should not be able to sue that family. Only 3/4 more years of because think about it. If people started killing bad guys, right? If you're bringing violence or harm, you come onto a man's property and he fucking kills you where you stand. Does anybody see an issue with that? Anybody have a problem with that? Only law enforcement, because they're following policy, because you might find you don't need them as much. They wouldn't be able to come out and harass you and pull you over for traffic infractions. Traffic infractions which they themselves commit. They drive around without a seatbelt. They're on a fucking cell phone, but they'll pull you over for it. Alan V, member for 6 months. Thank you, buddy. Other than viewing the podcast when it comes out, what other perks do you... We do a lot of content behind the paywall. We do a question and answer every week. Amanda and I sit down for 90 minutes to 2 hours, sometimes up to 3 hours. You guys ask questions. We talk about your questions. And it can be anything. Life, raising children, anything at all. Scully and I sit down every Wednesday. We record a podcast between 2 and 3 hours. That's behind the paywall. That's at the $10 membership. You eventually get it. It comes out at the membership levels, and then it comes out free to the public about 2 months behind. And then there's other stuff that happens there also. Do no harm. Yeah. You only need 10 laws. They're written in a really old book. Yeah, regulations are not laws. Without cops, who will give me tickets when I'm... Yeah, exactly. Ticket in fucking Paris, Tennessee, of all places. Why don't you go stop the motherfuckers stealing copper? Why don't you go get the crackheads? Why don't you go over to any of those shitty hotels and fucking roust up those people selling fucking meth over there? Why are you harassing people who are clearly in town on vacation, spending money in your fucking tax economy? Randon, man, thanks for the 6-month membership, buddy. Q&A is worth it to you. When you're wearing the SOE shirt, it's fun to have a new one in your car to give away to people that like the shirt. That's awesome, man. Supporting the people who watch you guys. Other than viewing the podcast, it's a heart on my screen. Never see where thumbs is. You back out of the comments, and there's just a place to like. It's a like. More than worth it. You feel like you're coming out clean. Appreciate you. Thanks, man. Jose, you'll join. Right on, man. Only 3/4 more years of travel nursing, and I'll be happily living in your paid-off woods and have jack shit to do with this crate. That's awesome, West Virginia weeds. Are you moving? Are you in West Virginia, in fact? Man, there's a ton of stuff around West Virginia, like out in the middle of the woods, the old coal mining towns, and they're basically building like full-on like bar and grills and Airbnb stuff for dudes that are out there just riding razors. There's a ton of it out there. Revenue guided, of course that's what it is. Hit the 3 bubbles, then hit the thumbs up. How about Cali bring a lawsuit against 2 car manufacturers for having vehicles that are too easy to steal? It's not the thief's fault. Did that? I assume that really happened. My Aussie crackhead always watches the lives. Right on. Does your Aussie dog have no tail? Your Aussie dog has no tail, right? Militarized LEOs shoot people and dogs because feared for their life. But if I wear armor, in public, I'm a potential threat. Meter maids are even worse. We don't have any meter maids around here. What's your time frame on the LEO shotgun rig? You mean the cop rig? I don't have a timeline on it. We built some not long ago. Where were you? Revenue sources for the department. Of course, that's what it is. Methers don't have money. Absolutely. I was just driving down the road. Brand new truck. People to boat on the side of me, people in front of me, people behind me. Pull someone over. I assume they're pulling somebody else over, but nope, it's me they're pulling over. And I go, you just pulled me over because I'm the guy with the brand new truck. You figured I could pay the ticket. He didn't say no. I was like 5 over. So was everybody. I don't have a cop rig here. I thought I might have a cop rig here. The real answer is I don't know when we'll make some. We have a lot of stuff ahead of that. We do cop rigs. We sell cop rigs, but not as much as we do other stuff. DJ Guzman, what's up, buddy? Forgot model year, could turn ignition with a USB stick. Her tail was jacked by the cat. It's really happened crazy. Been watching for years. Love John has 100 racks with millions of dollars of inventory on them, and he still stores his drills on the floor. It's worse than that, man. Do you guys know what OmniWall is? You know what Gallotech is? I have all that shit. There's fucking none of the shit's hanging on it. I have a whole tool shed, and most of my tools are sitting out in the rain right now. Boulder Highway today. Crackheads dancing and screaming as pedestrians every block. Peck, are you you out in Vegas? Boulder Highway, Vegas? Like, I got a bunch of this stuff. This OmniWall stuff. But I keep it up front there because we use it all the time. Most of that stuff gets used every couple days, and some of it gets used every day. Did you tell them you're trapped? No, I didn't. I don't answer questions. If you're going to write me a ticket, write me a ticket. I think I'm going to file a complaint against the cop who ticketed me and say he was winking at me. Been watching for years. Okay, we've read those. I think we've read all of these. How much? What did it say? How much do you offer to pay for a truck bed full of pumpkins when it's Halloween? Offer to pay? I just go to Walmart and buy them. I think I pay $4 a piece. We usually buy all of them. And we get them, you know, well ahead of Halloween. So, like, we'll have them for SRF this year. I'll have a bunch of pumpkins, and then we'll give them away to the locals. Watching for year, yeah, we've read all of these. 100-acre groundwater hay fields, Tennessee, plus West Virginia are the only two states worth living. Right on. So you're in Tennessee or right next to Tennessee, I take it? Really want to move down to Tennessee. Been talking about it for years. Guess I'm scared. Where are you coming from, Jimmy? Man, we came from California. Best thing we ever did. Best thing was, I don't know if it was better leaving California or better coming to Tennessee, but having them both coincide. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. That's right. Look at the camera. Oh, fuck yeah. I definitely get out of Baltimore. T-Rex Arms doesn't follow you back on Instagram. Are you talking about me? No, they don't like me. I don't know what the disconnect is. There is definitely some fucking people have heard T-Rex Arms speak ill of me. I think what T-Rex Arms is doing is good. I think they add value, especially when the two older brothers talk. I think there's a lot of knowledge there. I think their videos on night vision and comms and stuff like that and body armor, I think their stuff's good. I would like to be friends with them. I don't know what the disconnect is, but there is definitely a disconnect. Angel, no, it's not. It's not what we make, man. It is not anything like ours. I've not even seen it. I've just seen their videos on it. Grew up in a small area and the water was great when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s. Right on. It's a lot less wintry here than Baltimore. I feel like Baltimore, like, just the history around Baltimore is probably cool. T-Rex has done a ton for gun people. I wish we'd all become more unified. Yeah, when I asked James, he's like, he's a really good trainer, right? More for entertainment than training. And he said he's never met that dude. He goes, I don't know why. He goes, but I've never met him. It's never happened. So listening to you talk, you were on with Spearcoat earlier, and you talked about a rig for the lever action and said it was similar to the shotgun rig. Can you? Yeah, absolutely. It's right here. Haven't replaced the cats with rat dogs. So this is a lever gun chest rig right here. These are white colored pencil marks. Those come right off. But the way this works here, can you hear me meow? Just like this, your arms actually go through this right here, right? And these, you have 7 rounds here. Turn, maybe you can see it better. And this rips down, and this rips up and just falls into place. And it falls into place even better when there's weight in here. And we have a shotgun rig that works the same. And these right here, being that it's a lever gun rig, fat man in a little coat, it'll hold 38 357, and it'll hold up to 4570. So it'll hold, you know, all of your 3030 or anything else. And we currently have them in woodland and multicam black. The idiots are scared to drive in the snow. That just floated right on perfectly. The Hatfield McCoy Trail, yes, absolutely. That's part of it. That's what exactly. You can ride around on a side-by-side for a week. and spend as much time as you want on accommodations and stay in a tent. Yes, that's right. And there's a bunch of like little old towns and stuff out there, the old coal mining towns and stuff, and the old mercantile stores. Some people are trying to make a go of them. They're buying them. There's a YouTube channel I watch, and he did a whole series on West Virginia. Very, very interesting. Been twice. Home prices, Franklin, are crazy. Fuck yes, they are. You talking about Franklin, Tennessee? Some of the most expensive. How do they support the economy with hourly labor? Asking because Jackson Hole is having a huge problem with that. What do you mean hourly wait? What do you mean by hourly labor? Like for a Starbucks employee? It's a huge tax base. People that live there, own businesses or work for companies that are getting pretty high pay. Lots of abandoned towns you can explore. There's a lot of abandoned towns you can buy. Own my soul to the company store. That's right. Different activities while you order both sides. Fupa's right on. Do you have a Panerai? I do have a Panerai. Yeah. I got a counterfeit one in a trade today, but you made out okay. Right on. I have a Luminor. Jeremy Horton owned it, and he sent it to a dude that does custom watch work, and he PVD'd it. So photo something deprivation, made it black. And then they took the crystal and they anti-reflective coated both sides of it. And then he loomed up all of the markers super, super bright. So I have that watch. Panerai didn't make a black one back then. I very much like the Carbotex. I do like Panerai. For anybody who's not sure what we're talking about, Panerai started, they were taking Rolexes and making them more combat worthy for Italian frogmen. I believe that's how that worked. Repo job sounds like fun until you got to throw a crackhead off a balcony. Well, they bounce. They don't break as much. You like your Casio? More power to you, man. I have a lot of watches, and when I need to see what time it is, even if I'm wearing a watch, I still pull my phone out. Just out of habit. I just forget that I've even got the watch on. I've taken to wearing 2 watches. I've been buying Seikos, not real recently, but I buy custom Seikos, custom Seiko divers with a automatic movement in them. Fun until you're soul deep in the shit in someone's kitchen. What I wore on deployment and still wear. Right on. A lot of people who own those holy shit priced homes don't actually live there. That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. Speaking of crackheads, I almost had to toss one off a balcony today. Got real squirrely. When I think of crackhead, I always think they all carry coat hanger. I don't know why. Crackhead and coat hanger go together. Speaking of crackheads, John, if all your Solomon shoes just suddenly disappeared, what other style would you? If I woke up in the morning and all my Solomons were gone, I'd put on a pair of Basolos. What is the shotgun chest rig? It's called 12 gauge micro rig. However, on the top right of every single page on the website, if you're not seeing it, it might not be optimized for your phone. Maybe that's why you're not seeing the search bar. And on the home page, right in the center of the top is a search bar. And if you just put in shotgun or 12 gauge, everything applicable will come up. West Star, Wrangler Star is the boss. Is that what you're talking about, Jimmy? Charlie Wood, it makes people talk. I don't know what we're talking. Oboes, never seen them. Crocs, you must hate vagina. Coat hangers are for breaking into cars. They bounce. Well, hit the like button. Josh DeWalt, find a new job. Your life will change if you are forced to defend yourself over $500 couch or TV. I collect G-Shocks, handful of them, right on. Do you sell SOE watch bands? I do not currently. I do sell LoomTech watches if you would like a LoomTech. We've done some runs of Smith & Bradley custom SOE watches. I've probably got a couple floating around in the safe somewhere. Love the oboes. Someone asked why Regular Star wears 2 watches. What did he say? What did he say? Why does he wear 2 watches? Why am I wearing 2 watches? Maybe Homestead Medical and I should show up and do Stop the Bleed and emergency medical training at the festival. West Virginia Weeds. I think that Homestead Medical already does that. Josh Winnie, 12 gauge rig. There we go. Thank you. I wore 2 on deployment. 1 to CST, where the wife was, and 1 for Iraq. Right on. Be interested in buying a watch. He already is, West Virginia. Just got shipping on order today from Labor Day special. Right on. Yeah, a lot of that stuff shipped. Got a pair of Go Ruck Mac V shoes. Cool. Crocs are slippery once worn a bit. Houses cost too much for an hourly person to live in. Well, they're not for an hourly person to live in. I mean, that sucks. I mean, when I was an hourly person, I couldn't even afford an apartment hardly, even back then, right? And it's worse now. You have to do what you have to do. You have to get with 5 or 6 people and, you know, rent a house together, take turns, who gets the bedroom or whatever, live below your means, right? You don't get to buy a big ass badass truck. You buy a car that is reliable that you don't want because it's to get you back and forth, and you're working 2 or 3 jobs, and all you do with the car is go from job to job to job or make money with the car, right? You don't get to live in a house until you earn the money to live in a house. And like, it took me, I'm 52 years old. I didn't own a property until I didn't own a property until I bought this building. This is the first property I've owned. Joined your Patreon last night. Would you prefer people join that? No, no. You got to join both of them. You got to join both of them. You asked the question. We did it on purpose that way. We set it up so you had to be on both. So we had access to you. If we were banned on one, we would have the other. You ask the questions on Patreon. We do the videos over on YouTube from the questions on Patreon. We also put individual unique content up on Patreon. It's $5. I stand here for 2 hours almost every night, literally 365 days a year almost. I do this every day. You can pay me $5. Got shipping in today, right on, Scott. Or you don't have to pay it. The videos eventually creep their way out. Well, at least the YouTube ones do. Saw Nicole and Jack talking about Berkey filters. I guess the pesticide thing is where the issue sourcing comes from. There's not actually pesticides. For guys listening to this, they're like, what the hell? Berkey said their filters remove bacteria. So somebody at the FDA got their panties in a wad and said, okay, if you're claiming that it removes bacteria, we're going to classify your filters as a pesticide. This is about some fucking Karen coming in and going, we want to inspect. And somebody tells them, you go ahead and fuck off. So they go file some paperwork, and literally it is their mission to make somebody's life fucking ruined and miserable. That's what's going on with the EPA. That's what's going on with the FDA. Do you think the FDA does any shit that makes your life better? Do you know that you can grow all your own meat? You can grow chickens, you can grow cows, you can grow everything. You can dispatch it and butcher it and you can give your meat away every day. You can stand out at the sidewalk at a four-way intersection downtown and just give people raw packages of meat. Nobody has shit to say about it until there's an exchange of money. When you try to make money, they come in and make your life miserable. Why do they put holes in Crocs? So your fucking soul can leak out. Yeah. To let you dig. Exactly. That's exact. I didn't read that last sentence. Come on, John. I have neighbors that have 70,000 vehicles in the front and 10,000 mobile homes. I did, man. I did. I owned $100,000 cars and didn't own a house. I did stupid shit. Now, with that said, owning those cars and putting pictures up, people talked a lot of shit, spiked the algorithm. I would promote it. I would put a sale out each week. I would boost the sale on Facebook, and then guys would continually talk shit. And while the algorithm was boosted, people would see my sale code. I mean, there was a time when I was making $100,000 every week, literally just running codes on Facebook. Facebook changed all that shit. It doesn't work the same way. I made a ton of money every time somebody on some internet forum was mad at me. We would literally take the article and put a link to it and make a sale code with some dude's name, and then you would tag him on Facebook. So every time somebody ordered, you would post your order number and tag that guy. It got to the point those guys had to shut down their social media pages. We made a ton of money from that because of those cars and those luxury goods, because people, it was a trip. Nobody cared. You can go back on my Facebook page right now. Go back about 10, 12 years. And you'll see me every morning at 1, 2, or 3 in the morning posting a picture of a watch showing that it's 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, leaving my shop. And nobody gave a fuck when it was a Ford steering wheel. Nobody cared when it was any steering wheel until it became a Range Rover. When it was a Range Rover, they started grumbling. When it was a Porsche, they started talking trash. When it was a different Porsche, they really started talking trash. No, the watch, until the watch became something they recognized, nobody had shit to say about it. When it was a Citizen Aqualung watch that said 1 a.m. in the morning and the steering wheel said Ford, nobody had a problem with it. So I have to assume it's jealousy. Three felonies a day? Yeah, everybody. Yep. Before the driveway was left. I'm having issues with my Instagram and Facebook pushing my post. I used to get a lot of views. Probably not, man. It just changed. You just gotta get better with your content. You don't have enough followers to be shadow banned. It's not happening. They've changed everything, man. All of my stuff changed too. The fact is, Facebook's dying. Facebook runs Instagram. You just have to do better pictures. Take the hash. I went to your page. I looked at your last couple posts a couple days ago, and I took your hashtags that you used and I clicked on them. And the first stuff that comes up, you see recent, and you see favorite or something, or highest viewed or whatever. Click on the hashtags you're using. Look at the pictures that come up on that tile and make your pictures look like those guys. Because you're using the correct hashtags. You just need people to look at your shit. And consistency. I just broke 70, what am I at? 70,000 on YouTube? I thought I saw 70,000 the other day. And then I looked and I thought I saw 50,000. Let me look. Stand by to stand by. Oh no, so I have 76,000 viewers, 76,000 subscribers now. So 76,000. That took 14 years. If you go back a year and a half ago, I only had 25,000. My Facebook's at what? Or my Instagram's at what? 60,000 maybe? I only had 35,000 until a year ago. Gives this guy some likes up his video. Used to get 100 to 250 likes in the beginning. Yeah, they changed all their shit. They just change their shit, man. They make it difficult for people to see your stuff. You need to go start making YouTube videos. Say, be real. Say the most, whatever it is you say, right? The stuff you think's going to get you banned, the stuff that you really want to tell people, say that shit. And then take that stuff and break it into short form content, and then post 3 of those in the morning and post 3 of them in the evening. Put them on YouTube Shorts, put them on Instagram, put them on TikTok. It's all automated. There are programs right now for $24 a month. You can buy 2 programs for the entire year, and you give it the video link, it'll make all your shorts for you. Do you notice when you're watching a short and you see a short, and when the short ends, the last word that it ended on rolls right into the first word, so you don't realize that the video ended and you end up watching it 2 or 3 times? That's AI generated content. That's not some dude sitting there that's super, clever or took all the time to do it. If you see all those videos flow good on a channel, that's because they're using a program. You don't even have to make the content anymore. All you have to do is make the master content. We sit down on Wednesday, do a podcast. And then one of my other guys, we upload the podcast. My other guy takes the podcast and I guarantee you, it's a program. Nicole's doing the same thing. We talked about it today on the live. We don't hide it from you guys. We tell you how to do exactly what we're doing. That's called a stitch when it loops. A stitch. Jeremy, violations. Who are we violating? What's going on? If we were all 666 miles. And then you go from the watch list to the terminal. What are we talking about here? I remember hearing Jay Gibson say something that, like, you should be able to hit someone hard enough to make them retarded. Yes. Yes. Your 666 mile landfill. Subway sold today for $9.6 billion. Subway sandwich. I have Yob 1,000 miles out. Have check. AI algorithm songs will be insane in another 3 years. Heard 9 Inch Nails and Beach Boys song mashed together last week. Yep. Spending all that money on Porsches and Hublot watches, you could make your gear for less and still make money. This generation's mindset, meanwhile, they pay $300 for a concert ticket. I've been to 2 concerts. I went to Fleetwood Mac. I've been to 1 concert. I went to Fleetwood Mac, and I'm like, why am I here at this concert? They can't even sing their songs the way they sound on the radio. I don't go to concerts. I don't go where there's enormous crowds. I don't go places where a terrorist event would happen. I just don't. I don't go to stadiums. I don't go to ball sports. I do other things. Sean Ryan says that all the time. Take your content and make money with it. Yep. My video guy is friends with all Sean's video guys. We know all those guys. Sean's running 8 cameras. When you see that podcast, there's 8 cameras there. There's 8 dudes there. Bunny XO, my guy, it's all the same crew. If you don't know who Bunny is, you might like her, you might not like her. That's Jelly Roll's wife. Dumb Blonde is the name of her podcast. Yeah, the complaint that the company that owns them all owns Jimmy John's. Got it. I've never been to a Jimmy John's. You'd like to meet Sean? Go to Franklin. He eats at the same sushi place we go to. I went to Elton John last summer. Felt quite vulnerable. I bet that was a good concert, though, the Elton John concert. You're on a list because you're a combat vet. Yeah, fuck them, man. Yeah, absolutely. Just found $1 in my brand new fupa. We did a video. We had some guy. He was in Colorado. He was a Air Force officer, talking like mad shit. Ordered something in OD, made a big stink about it. We canceled his order. We used his name as a code, and then I think we took $1,000. Didn't you guys remember? I think it was $1,000. And I put a couple hundreds in rigs. We put some 50s in rigs, and then we put some 20s in rigs. Mailed them out. And that dude for months emailed me saying, "I know you took that money out of there," and just going on and on and on. We used to put money in. We used to run all kinds of little fun promos like that. Met Sean at Lowe's in Franklin. Grant V, you live in Franklin, buddy? Have we met before? I don't go places with metal detectors. We do go places with metal detectors sometimes. We've been let through metal detectors. We've walked around metal detectors. The metal detector is only as good as the person monitoring the metal detector. I'm not the type to approach someone that doesn't know me. If I use a cuss word, does YouTube hide the comment? Homestead, let it out, man. Is it blocking him? I thought I had all that bullshit turned off. I'm a nurse anesthesist. You've run into a few times. Oh, you're not the respiratory dude, are you? Working at the hospital in Nashville? We were talking about all the CUFUS stuff and the overpressurization of the respirators. Stopped going to bars about 10 years ago. But I used to always go to shooting a few weeks ago. Kid shot 10 times point blank. Oh, at a bar you used to go to? I don't go to bars. I just have my own bar. Been through metal detectors with pew-pews and got through. Yeah. Dirty bottles? They're to keep out the wrong metal on the wrong people. Yeah. Just tell them you have a medical device and you need to be wanded. Yeah, put it in your shoe, put it on your ankle, put it on your cankle. Not a fan of Taylor Swift, but damn, she changed. Guys, when I go to concerts, I have been to concerts now that I think about it. Duh. We just do private boxes. It's a very different environment. The food's ridiculously expensive, but they bring it to your box. You're there typically with 30 people that you know or know somebody who knows them. Lazy security won't bend. That's what I'm saying. Yep. And just talk to them. Like, be cool with them. Hey, man, here's my card. Hey, you on Instagram? Pull your Instagram. Here, like my page right here. Send me a PM. I'll send you a bunch of shirts. Just sidetrack them with something else, man. Most of them just, we saw this chick at the Gym and Mineral show, little black chick, all jocked up like RoboCop, and I just started bullshitting with her, and she was super cool. Super cool. You're going to be real confused when they want you. The zipper might break. I'm gone. Work comes early. Yeah, I'll be up at 4 in the morning, guys. It's expensive while waiting in line. $14 Sam Adams. I do exact opposite what I used to. Yeah, man. Your life's probably very different now, too. Found 2-bottle Anejo, hard to find, cool. Friend invited me to a concert last week. Yeah, because I want to pay to be in a room full of drug addicts. Yeah. Jedi mind tricks, like the band Jedi Mind Tricks. I'm a fan. Hybrid theory, all that. We saw Linkin Park in concert, and that was awesome. Avenged Sevenfold, Rage, I think played. A bunch of people played. Huge music guy. Concerts are your week. Well, then, dude, you earn the money, right? You're a grown man. You do whatever makes you happy. If your children are taken care of, then, you know, you do whatever you want to do. Get racially profiled at Disney? You probably do, actually. The Rock and Oprah, yeah. Yeah, imagine that. Two people wealthier than all of us combined asking us to give them money. I'll donate a huge sum in the future when we know what's... Yeah, bitch. When the property you want to buy is up for sale. Corn in Lincoln Park, that's cool. Feel these dreams. In all reality, SRF is going to be a vacation for us. I think it is for a lot of people. A lot of people come to this area for vacation. Like when Bear came out here, they were out here a couple days earlier, hanging out at the Airbnb and going to the lake and the river and stuff. It was a vacation. First ban requiring getting the poison. Yeah, fuck those guys. I won't do what you tell me. Yeah, and you will do what I tell you. My fire department has nothing to do, so they are looking to shut down businesses spraying water-based paint. Because with all their training, they don't know the difference between water and solvent. I'm not following what that means. My fire department has nothing to do, so they're looking to shut down businesses spraying water-based paint. Why? Well, I don't know. Why? So they don't have anything to do, so they're becoming like code enforcement? Lake House for SRF, right on. Yeah, Bear is a good dude. Bear is a friend. You don't hear me say that a lot of people. Bear is a friend, like in real life. And whatever you think, if you've watched Bear's videos, right? I think people watch his. I wanted to know who he really was. So we went where he was, and he was exactly like he is in the video. That's not an act. He lives everything that you see in those videos. Here's how you find folks giving the sum of the skill needed for making gear. Learning to sew, we teach them to sew. We take people who have no interest in gear and teach them to make gear. As you start a company building tactical gear, it's mostly dudes that are going to want to come work for you. You're going to spend a lot of time and effort and frustration teaching them to do what you do, and you're going to create a competitor for yourself. When we hire ladies, they have no interest in building gear, and they have no idea where the gear is going, and you are not creating a competitor. Every single time I have taught a guy how to sew, And most of it's been very, very underhanded. Stole databases, stole material, theft involved almost every single time. Very underhanded shit. But every time I've taught a guy to sew, it has never ended well for me. So it's women. We hire women. Chill for the machine. My eyes are giving out. Yeah, go get some rest, Bob. Go get some rest. Good news, you can make babies with your eyes closed. She can rub your feet and your back with your eyes closed. What kind of water-based paint are they talking about? Automotive water-based paint or water-based house? Yeah, that's weird. Sounds like fire watch while welding underwater. Imagine having musicians who have made millions stealing your life story, nearly their entire album, and even flaunt said gotten gains, pretend they're giving me a cut, yet never sent me $1. He's the same guy for sure. Yeah, Justin. I know Bear. I actually know him. Not like I've met him one time. I know Bear. Saw Merle Haggard Jr. concert locally once. Now I just listen to the radio. Can you teach me to sew before I start dental hygienist school? Oh, you were sitting here when that you were actually here when that took place, weren't you? Yeah, her mom's doing the same shit. Comes in an hour late yesterday. I'm like, why are you late? My alarm didn't go off. I said, that's the 5th time you've told me that. Well, I wasn't sure we were working today. Then why are you here today? You see all these people who are here today? They thought we were working today. And I know she has people's numbers because I've seen the messages she sends to people here. So same thing, man. But she knows right when break is, and she knows right when quitting time is. The fastest thing that girl does every day is quit. Doesn't speed up, doesn't make progress, just piddle, like just very, get stuff done, but not improving any. Not improving any. She'll come in an hour late, she'll come in 90 minutes late, but that bitch knows right when fucking break time is, literally be an hour late to work and then take a fucking 15-minute break at 10. That's how people are. Nobody else in here, but that's how the general population here is. I can't make babies' eyes close or open. Sounds like a stripper starting nurse. I think she was a stripper. She worked out at the strip club. She did say that. I just assumed she was. I didn't think she was out there flipping hamburgers. She could be good too. Like she can do the job. She just doesn't care to do the job. I'm like, I'll pay you a lot more when you go faster. And when I give you a raise, I will pay you the week that you're late. When you're late, I will pay you what you used to make. When I give you a raise, you will get the raise when you're here 40 hours a week. I don't even care if she's an hour late. This door is open till fucking 7 o'clock every night. There's people here sewing until 6:45 almost every night. You could easily make the time up. Do you have smokers? We do have a few smokers, yeah. Walk around giving a can of beans with a label that says "Get Canned." Water-based paint is still toxic. A lot of code enforcement is being done in areas where businesses haven't seen OSHA or other inspectors. Yeah, so what's happening is the feds are leaning on local government. Local government is tasking local people to enforce when the feds don't have time to get out there. You're seeing it happen all over the fucking place. Just like every police agency, every police department has a homeland security guy. Get your lidocaine license. Understandable. I figured offering to make gear for guys wouldn't get me anywhere, so I've been solo learning. OFC, nobody would open their designs up to someone who would copycat. Hunter, if you're going to copy some, just buy a piece of gear, buy 2 pieces of gear. The same thing. Cut it apart, make your patterns. Then you got the one that's together to know how to do it. That's how people do it. Go to Walmart, buy a backpack, cut it apart, trace out your patterns. There's your pattern set. And then just make it stronger. A lot of that bullshit's sewn so close to the edge. So add a 1/2 inch around your pattern. When you're sewing it together, sew it a 1/2 inch in. Add your pals or your pockets or your bedazzle, make it fancy, whatever you're going to do. Put your Velcro inside to line it. You don't, I mean, there's only so many ways to make a dual pistol mag pouch. Dudes are gonna start. We had a dude come in here, big old fucking dude, big black dude, came in here, but he acted kind of sissy. And then he has this fucking snaggletooth motherfucker, this little white dude, scrawny white guy, looked like the Tiger King, comes in here in some cutoff shorts, and he calls that dude daddy. And that motherfucker sat out in front of my shop. He'd come in, show up an hour early, 2 hours early. And I'm like, hey, tell that motherfucker not to be here. I go out there and he's got his whole car, all the shit out of his car laid out. He's got the fucking floor mats leaned up on my fence. And then he brings a dog in here. And my dogs are going fucking nuts. And I'm like, tell him to get the fuck out of here. If your dog has a problem here, I'm going to kill your dog. If your dog has a problem and my dogs get entangled with your dog, I'm going to kill your dog. Anyways, that dude beat up the big black guy. Like beat his ass, came in with a black eye. They were living in this hotel, this abandoned hotel up the way. So that dude came back after he left for a while. I think he went to jail. He came back to work, and then the motherfucker would show up in high heels. And then he showed up in a dress. And I'm like, look, I don't give a shit how you dress. This day starts at 8 o'clock and the day ends at 5 o'clock. You be here on time. I don't give a shit what you wear as long as you can do the job. Don't bring fucking high heels in my building again. You can't fucking do the job. You're going to trip. I go, I don't care if you wear the fucking dress. Yep, big black dude, like big old fucking brother. How did you get started making gear? What made you want to start doing it? It's a long story, man. I have a dozen videos out there. You can find them. They're on this YouTube channel. Tales from the Workshop. Hopelessness, trauma, moral, injury, depression, it seems. Coworkers will be the Great War on terror of the decade, PTSD on a whole different level. Hey, join the conversation here. I know you didn't just type that shit out. Is that a poem? What is that? Some haiku shit? I'm not saying you. Most dudes talking PTSD ain't seen no combat and haven't had any fucking trauma happen in their life. I'm not saying that's you. But type something out coherent here and we can have a conversation about it because I don't know what you're talking about. The last concert I went to, I met Five Finger Death Punch. Could have gotten a Glock 17 through security, but didn't. That's cool. Eye for an Eye, the band that did the SOE song, the first one, their bass guitarist was from Five Finger Death Punch. The dudes that played here at my birthday did the Tools to Survive song, that guy. Peter, what's up? Send a micro rig back to you. No, we're not doing that. No, sell it, buy a new one. We're not cutting that thing apart. We don't do any modifications to old gear. People don't realize what's involved in doing that. I have 52 sewing machines here. I've never seen 20 of them run in this town. Most days I've got 6 people sewing. Some days there's 10. When you send something back here, it sits here until somebody opens it. Eventually that happens, but it does. It takes a fucking entire day when we go and open boxes. And then somebody has to decipher what was said and figure out and make clear, concise notes that John can understand. And then I have to take it and task somebody to do it. We don't do any modifications. I have every intention of doing that when I tell somebody that. My friends walk in here and want some shit, and it gets written out on a piece of paper. You know where it sits? Somewhere in all of that shit. And I'll get up early on a weekend and sit here and go through these papers, and I will literally spend an entire day and not get through those papers of people that ask me to do a favor. So I don't do that. People come in here all the time and they want to, like, hey, how much for this? I don't know, you lazy motherfucker. Look it up on the website. I legitimately don't know. I don't deal with money here because I want to hook my friends up. I don't do that. When we're at an event or something, I'll come in here and talk to you for hours. When it comes time to purchase something, I have somebody here that rings you up. Because at the end of the day, when we do an event or we go someplace and I'm giving people a discount here and a discount there, at the end of the day, I gave out $10,000 in discounts to people that I see once a year. So I just don't do that. All right, guys, looks like comments are dying down here. FFDP, I don't know what that means. I don't know what FFDP means. You could definitely go through Louisiana State University football hands with a gun. Favors don't pay the bill. But the thing is, right, I want to hook up people, right? And then I realize that dude didn't do shit for me. That guy, I don't even know the dude's name. Chris Watkins, man, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good night. We've been building micro rigs for over 3 years that have Velcro on the back. So if you got a micro rig without it, you got an old micro rig. There's groups out there where dudes do almost nothing but sell SOE gear. Sell that thing off to somebody, grab a new one. I've got them ready to ship to you even. You could buy a Woodland AKM4 micro and a Woodland Fupa dangler, and I could ship it to you tomorrow. You could have it by the weekend. Oh, FFFD, 5 Finger Death Punch. Got it. Duh. All right, guys. Have a good night. We will see you tomorrow. I'm going to be up super early, and we're going to record a lot of video content tomorrow. Been going since 3 a.m. Try to come by before we finish up. I will be locked up all day tomorrow, man. We will be recording literally from 10 in the morning to probably 6 at night. People need to know the hookup can't ever be about money. Money is business that every business is in. Bob has done a lot of shit for me. Bob brings me stuff and we trade out gear for it. Tractor parts. Toothed bucket for my tractor.